তাই
More deaths in Manipur as violence continues in a major escalation since Friday. On Saturday morning, armed groups of both communities allegedly attacked each other. There was severe gunfight in the Jiribam district bordering Assam. 6 people died, with both sides suffering deaths. The firing followed the rocket attack on Friday at Bishnupur district's Moirang. The rocket landed on the residence of Manipur's first Chief Minister Koireng Singh, next to the INA Museum, killing 1 and injuring 6.
So we feel that over the past 15 months, we all know that more than 60,000 central armed forces are being deployed. There are around 35,000 of state police personnel. And despite all this heavy deployment of armed forces, there isn't any sign of restraint. Now the people have already started feeling that our civilian populations are not safe anymore.
Security forces have launched a major offensive in the fringe areas between the hills and the valley region. In the Imphal Valley, civil society groups have asked for a public emergency to be declared, saying they don't feel safe despite the huge presence of central forces. In the capital Imphal, shops and schools remained shut and public transport was off the roads.
डेढ़ साल के ऊपर हो गए उनको दिखाई नहीं पड़ता है क्या कर रहे हैं उन लोग 70,000 जो सिपाही यहाँ पे भेजा गया है क्या करने के लिए भेजा गया है
Kuki groups deny allegations of sparking this fresh escalation.
So it's very unfortunate, and we do not want any casualty from both sides. But if we are being attacked, we have no choice but to defend ourselves. We also get to know that the Chief Minister of Manipur, N. Biren Singh, is about to be removed. And it is his last ploy, his last tactic that he wanted to play some drama in Manipur.
The incidents are almost a rerun of last year's violence. On Friday night in Imphal, there was also an attempt by hundreds of people to loot the armory.
Yesterday, late in the evening, in Imphal, there was an attempt to loot arms at 7 MR Khabaisoi and at 2nd MR Imphal. The combined security forces deployed at these locations with some resistance were able to successfully disperse the mob and repel that attempt. Later on, while the reinforcement party from our police who were returning, they were fired upon by some miscreants at Khabaisoi, in which our officer Inspector K.H. Henry, OC Commando Imphal East, and one Constable Isaac Gangmai, they got injured.
Manipur, once again, is back on the tenterhooks.
Situation intensified in Manipur's Imphal after clashes broke out between students and security forces during a protest on September 10. The unrest began as the deadline for the demands made by students calling for the removal of the security advisor, the Director General of Police and the Assam Rifles expired at 1 p.m, following which the students started marching towards the Raj Bhavan. After moving a short distance, the protesters were halted by security forces, urging the students to appoint representatives to carry out a dialogue. However, majority of the students insisted on a direct meeting with the governor, following which the situation escalated. The authorities then resorted to using tear gas shells to disperse the crowd, resulting in the injury of several students. Those injured were rushed to the hospital for immediate medical attention. However, the number of those injured is still uncleared. This was amid a curfew in several districts of Imphal Valley on Tuesday after the situation escalated during student-led protests in and around Imphal on Monday. Meanwhile, the Manipur government has ordered the temporary suspension of internet and mobile data services across the state on Tuesday. The decision comes in response to concerns over the spread of misinformation and inflammatory content on social media platforms, which the government fears could worsen the state's already fragile law and order situation. The 5-day ban came into effect at 3 p.m. on Tuesday and will continue till 3 p.m. on September 15.